everyone, you know the way I like to bring you to random places. Well, we're in a place called Ballyboley and we've got this gorgeous little kind of, it's like a sort of a river kind of chiseled out and coming down from the hill. So we're going to send the drone up. Let me turn around and I'll show you some of these views as he crosses the road. Hopefully not going to get killed. But this is in a place really, we're heading towards the Glens of Antrim really. It's just absolutely beautiful. You've got, if you look behind me here, the colour of the grass is this lovely kind of a brown ochre, yellow ochre kind of feel, and actually if you look far off into the distance there as he squints, you can see the sea. Now there's going to be some noises as he comes across the road. There's going to be the noises of cars, there's going to be the noise of the wind on cue. Don't know whether the drone will handle this wind, but we're going to give it a go, and then we're going to have a go at painting this scene with some watercolour. Look at my little chair set up in a random verge. Okay, so let me get the drone up and we'll explore this area. So isn't this an absolutely beautiful area? And you can see that it's busy too with all the cars zipping by. But what I'm going to use today is my, so we're using the Sea White of Brighton A5 size 350 GSM, nice and strong. And I've got my little MALA case from Ikea. Now in the little MALA case, this is one that I keep this in the car all the time for moments like this, where the weather's all right and can clear off for a bit and do a lovely little video. So in this, hold on, let me turn this around so that I can actually explain what I have. 2 ticks. So here it is. The storage in here is quite unbelievable. I've got my fold-away cup for my water, my Faber Castell Pitt pens, Bauhung paper, sea white paper. This is the little acrylic set that I'm going to be using today. I've got ink tints, stampers, knife if I need to get something, cut off the block. Some natural hair brushes which I never use, magic pencils galore, water brushes galore, other pens, all sorts of different things in here. It just folds up into this neat little storage. Now this is designed for children, but the class thing about it is that as he flips it over, you've got this drawn pad area here. So that's what we're going to be using today. So let me get all set up and then let's do a little bit of artwork based on this lovely scene here in front of us. Now we'll edit out this little ugly building here and we'll edit out this pole and the fence, but we'll just enjoy getting this scene together. Okay, so that's me all set up. I've got my Faber Castell Pitt pens. Now these are absolutely excellent, and we'll take out the fine and we'll take out the medium so we can get 2 varying lines. Okay, so what we're going to do is, so we've got the paper around this orientation. I've kept it on the pad so that it gives me some sort of structure. I'm trying to get myself all organised. I also bought this wee thing, which is a little water container, which keeps the water all nice and tight in there. Now it drips ever so slightly, but it's just this little container, and it's great for when you're doing, drawings outside like this. So let me see, make sure I've got the fine one. Let's have a look, just check and see. Yeah, so we've got the fine and we've got the bold. So what we're going to look to do is let's put this tree. So if you look at this scene, lovely little scene up in front, we've got this tree up in this area here, and then the line of the horizon at the top. So let's just track some of that across there at the very, very top. And then we've got this tree just down this. Just trying to get just some of the general sort of structure of it, and it gets sort of thicker towards the bottom, and lots of sort of branch details and things to blend out this area. Now, I don't really need to get too much detail in of that, and also it looks actually like something has fallen down in that section. We hear someone going nuts on a motorbike there, and then we're dropping down to sort of this section here, where then we've got the wind rushes. Now, the wind rushes are something that's very much part of my childhood, just getting in a little bit of the detail there. I don't expect to be doing lots of line work in this, and I also don't really expect to be finishing this today out here. It may well take another little bit at home, which is totally fine as well with me. I want to keep it nice and loose. We don't want to be in pain doing our artwork outside, but it is also really lovely to get the opportunity to be outside. And it also looks like the weather might change on us somewhat as well. And then we've got all of these different grasses and things that are going nuts. Now, we'll get the bulk of this detail in with the brushwork. Just sort of highlighting that that's there. Just noticing some of the different structures and things that are happening that are creating this kind of chiseled out bit of, you can see this lovely grassy area. If I can zoom in a little bit here, you can see beyond. So we've moved across this area here, and then we're moving down to this section, and just noticing these different lines of the, so it's focusing on there, on these different lines of the landscape as well. And it's a really, really simple drawing. You know, we're not looking to get in masses and masses of detail. Just noticing just different sections that we're trying to grab in, and actually there's some other little bits of the, is it Estuary? I don't know, Estuary Valley, whatever it is, that's coming on down there now. So we want to get that in. Got that little bit in there. It's coming across. Let's move that across there. Okay, so let's move to the other brush. Not the brush, sorry, the other pen, which is much thicker. If I hold it lightly, I can actually achieve quite a nice line there. So, but what's going to happen here when I do this is I'm just going to model it out that little bit more. Hopefully bring just a little touch more depth into a couple of sections. Not wanting to, as I said, put in too much detail with the pen. There's so much that can be achieved with the watercolor. Part of, you know, working outside, look at the light change in there. You can see that golden light just coming directly across that area. This is part of the joy of painting outside for plein air, is that it's forever changing and you're keeping up with it as well. So I would hope to get down layer one of this, then maybe take the rest of it home and get it finished at home. Now, is that okay? Absolutely. It's totally fine. Why would it not be okay? But I think it's a good question to answer, because probably for many of us we're thinking, well, is that all right to not complete something out in the wilds in the plein air? Absolutely. Okay, so we're going to see, my hands are getting cold, so my ability to do more fiddly things diminishes. So what we've got, let's move this little water pot here. It also looks like that could drip everywhere. This is a little Daler Rowney set that I inherited from someone somewhere. I don't know it that well, but just get myself all organised here, shuffling things around. Now, will that actually clip in there? No, I won't. Just get myself organised. It's getting great. So I've got my little gold Taklon synthetic, the Daler Simply range. I think this is under a £5, and just keep it in the car in a little pack. So what we're going to do is I'm probably going to hold this, because if I open this, it's really full of water. So I'm just going to hold it here, doing my 3 lifts. Now I know this colour palette not terribly well, so it's going to be a bit of a process to find the colour that I want to use here. It's getting windy and it's getting dark. Not a great combination. Let's start to get some of that in, so just making different shapes. This paper is actually almost feels like a canvas. Interestingly, that blade there, it's interesting. Normally it doesn't. Maybe that's indicative of how cold it is up here in these here parts. Just changing the tone of it ever so slightly. Got some, you can see there, we've got some lovely browns coming in, so let's notice that a little bit more. I should be able to dull that down. What's that one there? Bring the green in. But there are some lovely browns as well, so just using the brush to indicate that there are some changes in the landscape and in the shape. And what I will do as well is use these on the, I can notice that my grip is changing because it's so cold here. Let me move this over so you guys can see that bit better. Oh, sorry about that. Trying to adjust and ended up taking it off. So just that little settling of the green there, and using the flat edge brush to just create, I mean, the flat edge is just absolutely brilliant for getting in the grasses. I mean, and those kind of rushes are really a big part of the Northern Irish natural landscape. So I'm going to take that right on down. Let's get a wee flick in there as well. And that whole area there is really inundated, if you can see, with those grasses. So just want to kind of get that in there. Now, I really had hoped to be able to get more done, but it is really just too cold out here today. So let's just pull that across. And there's some greener areas here as well. Let's let them connect in together. Okay, and also just above here, interesting to me that it has dried ever so slightly up there. The other thing I can do is drop in some colour and just let it slide its way down. Now I'm going to mix for the darker parts. So taking the brown, making a really dark and rich. I'm going to take some of that blue in there too, to get that really, yeah, that's good, to get that really dark rich tone of the Windrush. And I really don't want this to bleed in, so just moving it here. So I'm taking some of those little bits down, but not really close. Now the other thing is that up the top here, be interested to add the brown solely into this. It's going to be too dark, I think, but let's just lift a little bit of this. That's nice. And then there's much more of that brown. It's coming across that area there. Okay, so this is all layer one, and actually what I want to do as well is, obviously those grasses are going to get bigger the closer that they are to me. You can see where the watercolour and the ink work so well together in terms of just just really balancing each other out and just really adding something to the landscape. Okay, so that's about as much today as my little hands can take. So there's how far we've got. That's not too bad for a start. Lovely to be able to draw that. I mean, the little Daler Rowney set's very good. Certainly having the brush and the little water container. The little MALA children's like desk, you know, sort of nail, what would you call that? It's like a drawing board that sits comfortably on your knees. It's just perfect. Having one of these wee fold away chairs is brilliant, especially with the wee pocket in that end too, because you can keep more supplies in there. And such a lovely view to be drawn from today, but unfortunately it's just got too cold for my hands, so I think it's wisdom to abandon ship. And I'll chat to you before, once I get everything packed into the car, and then what I'll do is probably do a live at another point to finish this off. But pretty cool being out here, beautiful scenery, very, very enjoyable. So pretty cool. One of the farmers just came along there and opened the gate and was just chatting about the land and all that kind of stuff, and I said how beautiful it is. He was saying how whenever you're farming it you can get pretty sick of it. But just look here, not talking about the motorbike guy, talking about the light. Like when you're outside, the light changes all the time, and I just want to encourage you to get out and to paint wherever you are. I mean, this, you might think, I mean, he said to me, I suppose you're up here, it's a great wee accent right here, speaking in a funny wee way, you know, but he said to me, I suppose you were painting this scene over there, and I said, no, I was painting that there because that's beautiful. Stop at the places that you love. Stop at the places that you think I'd really love to paint that, because that's going to come across in your work. And also, why not put a seat, wee foldable chair on the edge of a verge and paint something for 10 or 15 minutes? Sure, it's something lovely to do. And I find it brings a lot of peace just sitting and drawing. So listen, I hope you enjoyed that. Bit of a random one today, but in an absolutely beautiful place. If you could only see some of these scenes in real life, they're gorgeous. And then on the other side, you've got I don't even know where else. Probably straight up, if you headed out that way, you'd end up in Iceland eventually. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, being out and about. One of my favourite things to do videos of. As I said, what I probably will do is do a live of finishing that painting in the studio. But what a great place to be. To find out more of the stuff that I'm doing, you can head to www.woodwardswatercolors.co.uk. Lots of information there. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that little bell icon, and you'll be notified whenever the videos are out and about, when the videos drop. But get yourself out and about. Get out there, take a bit of paper with you and a pen. Even a wee small set of watercolours is brilliant. It's so good to do. Stick a foldable chair in the back of your car. Go to Ikea, get yourself a MALA kids, can't even remember the name of the thing, like drawing board set. It's brilliant. It's great. Okay? Have a great day, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye for now.